This is just the beginning. We're going to see a lot more of it. The satellite they supposedly shot out of the sky a couple weeks ago was indeed just Sananda's ship. It was a Capricorn. And he wasn't on it. They went up and got him off. Most of his crew had died. This Oregon is causing a lot of havoc in space because it's dominated by evil. And Oregon is positive. Oregon is a good, positive energy, and anything evil can't stand to be around it. It makes them sick, and eventually it kills them. And so it's our greatest defense against these alien beings. And I've said, the giants are coming. Get this Oregon out. And I just have a lot of faith that what I'm seeing and analyzing it accurately is that this Oregon will provide a safety net, safety areas for the Lord's people, and even just people in general that are within Oregon areas will be protected by the coming alien invasions. I know it's going to completely wipe out thousands of Maitreya's brigand that he's going to be with. He's going to be allying with thousands of alien different types of forces. You're going to see him as locusts on the earth and other different types of beings that are his allies. And you'll find that this Oregon is going to destroy most of them. And this is the kind of thing that Obama's going to step into if he's elected as president. You have to keep in mind that we are still under free will. And that's why the Bible codes will come out with different routes for things to happen, because mankind has free will. And the Lord reacts to the way we act. And so if we do this, he's going to do that. If we do this, we're going to go down this route. If we do that, we're going to go down that route. Free will is always an option. And that's why you'll find Hillary still, and I've talked about her since 2001, still a viable candidate for presidency. Because like I've said, there's two things I've always seen with Obama: inheriting the Oregon mess, and number two, being dead. He's killed. He's gone. And I talked about that, I think, back in January, where they had a scheme to kill him off. Still a viable scheme. Hasn't gone anywhere. And it's not November yet. And even if he is president, he may not be president very long. We don't know how it will ever play out until it does play out. People ask me what's going to happen in the month of March, and it's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen until I see what's happening. Then I'll understand how to interpret what I've seen in the codes and warned about, and don't know what year these things are going to happen until I actually see them happen. I know I've warned before about ashes in Damascus in March. I think we're going to be going to war with Syria, or they're going to be stupid enough to rise up against Israel. But we could see some action in March. It's a popular war month of the Satanists. Ashes in Damascus. And that's still dominant in the codes. Also, Japan, still dominant in the codes. They're overpowering or being overpowered. Something going on with Japan. And I don't know if this is human or alien. Kind of had the impression that maybe since all these UFOs are falling out of the sky, maybe the aliens are surviving through it, would end up coming ashore in Japan. I don't know. That's just conjecture. But I see them overpowering someone or being overpowered by something. So Japan is still active there. Also with Damascus, something coming on with Damascus. Iran, and Iraq, Israel, Damascus, Japan, the most notable countries mentioned in the codes right now, besides the United States, of course. The things coming here, typical getting ready for famine, getting ready for the wrath of Maitreya, because if this is the March that he arrives, he comes angry. So there's going to be a lot of resentment between the two countries, because the Lord's people have made his arrival miserable. Told you we've had a welcome party for him already set up and waiting. And so there could be a lot of tension there between the Christians and this Maitreya when he arrives. I think you'll start to see Benny Hinn promoting this coming, establishing God's kingdom on earth. Watch him promoting that and this myrrh juice, monoatomic gold. Watch for Benny Hinn starting to promote that. Or even perfuming people, being the frankincense. He's a front man. And you'll always see him associated with things, and you never know exactly how they're going to use him. So just one eye on what he does as you take Orgone to his conferences. Check the Orgone where he's going to be. He lists his events on his website, bennyhinn.org. He tells you exactly where he's going to be, what time. Get there months ahead of time, weeks ahead of time, days. It doesn't matter. Just get there and get it Orgone. You get the outside of the building. If there's a lake nearby, get it in the lake. Get the whole area. Make it nice and miserable. Give him a nice welcome party when he arrives into your town or your city or your state or country. And so just watch him. I see him associated with the juice, the Kool-Aid. I warn you about the Kool-Aid. And also recreating the kingdom of God on earth. They're trying to do a satanic imitation of what the real kingdom of God in heaven is like. They're going to try to recreate that on earth. The coming famine suits their purposes. I've been saying this over and over again. I even wrote it on my blog last week because I was reading something about the coming famine, and I basically said they should know because they're the ones who have been planning it all this time, and that's very true, folks. They have systematically been meticulously planning this famine that's coming. It's not something that would have just happened naturally because we're the land of milk and honey, the breadbasket of the world. And so these famines would not have come naturally. They have been meticulously planned by the New World Order elite. And food will be used as a weapon. You'll start to see, embargoes, things being limited. I know that I sent out an email about the UN warning of rations for the middle class in America. And so this is the way they're going to kind of control people. They can't fight if they're hungry. They're not going to resist martial law and being dragged to camps if they're hungry. It's going to be used as a weapon. Also another thing in enforcing chip implantation, because they want to develop a hive mind mentality, a one world hive mind, so one person controls all this hive mind. Look at how the Greys operate. Don't necessarily physically look at how they operate, but they operate under a hive mind capacity. Neither one of them makes their own decisions. The reptilians that control the chip implants, and the Greys lead and tell them what to do. So it's almost like they're listening to an unheard voice that leads and guides and tells them what to do. And this is how the Grey aliens operate. This is what they want for mankind. You get that chip implant to join their little kingdom on Earth. And they've got you because these chip implants are two-way radio receivers. And they can hear everything you're saying, everything you're doing, and they can also speak to you through these chip implants. There's nothing harmless about these chips. It's not like they're just little dictionaries that you're going to carry around in your body of your medical records or your family lineage or your DNA mapping or whatever. These things are transistor radios. And so you'll be hearing beings, people, whatever, talking to you through these chip implants. And right now, we have an out on chip implants where you can put a neodyme magnet, put the north side of it against your skin, tape it on there, put a Band-Aid on it, whatever, keep it there for a day or two or three, depending on how long it's been there. You can deactivate chip implants. You won't be able to deactivate the one that's coming, because as soon as you get it, Satan has your soul. And we're warned about it in Revelation chapter 13, I think it's verses 18 through 23, causing the whole world to receive its mark, number, or name on their right, or in their right hand or forehead. And so there's no deactivating that one, folks. And this is how they're going, why they're implementing famine, starting this famine, so they can force everybody to join their little kingdom on earth, this little